Previously on that Cthulhu John.
Our friend Walter is meeting those Russian guys on the list. I'm kind of nervous that he's meeting them by himself.
I'll go watch his back.
Let's get back to that list of names that you have. Perhaps I could see it? The statue is another issue that is tied to what we must do. There is a name that the Neneth people have that supposedly predates their language. Ithaca. They call him the Great Windwalker. The token of Ithaca is connected to its power. People who come in contact with it can become what we call a child of the Windwalker. When someone is injured by the child of the Windwalker, they can then become one themselves. We must get the token, or the statue, back to our village, but to stop the spread is our number one priority right now. We already have one name that we know, Gordon Riles. Welcome to that Cthulhu John. Hello, thanks for joining us for that Cthulhu John episode 12. We are a real play called Cthulhu Podcast. I am George, your keeper of arcane lore, and with me are my friends and investigators, Chad.
Yo.
Chuck.
You.
And Jenny.
Hi.
All right, guys, so when we last left off there, Lenny and Walter had just left the Gold Room.
Well, we were hanging out at the Gold Club. I'm not sure that I left
You're
just
hanging-
yet.
Gold Club, sorry.
Yeah.
The golden space.
This is an ad for the Gold Club the whole entire last
Oh.
episode.
This episode has been brought to you by Gold Club.
Ceilings are really short.
Yeah.
Don't bring
Warning.
platforms,
Heels are high, but the ceilings are low.
and your ladder won't fit.
God damn it.
Yeah, so I was standing outside watching the Russian guys leave, making sure that, they weren't taking Walter out by force or anything. And then, I don't know, I guess Walter sometime after.
Yeah, Walter, do you spend much more time there?
He definitely finished his drink, and so as not to be rude, probably shell out some tips to the dancers and clear up his tab.
Get a quick hand job.
What a gentleman.
He might have been distracted, but, it's the thing to do. So, yeah, I guess after finishing his apparently not that good vodka, he'd head on out.
All right, you head on out. Do you head home there, Walter?
Yeah, I think so. About how long was I talking to Eugene?
You know what? Let's make it an hour. You were there. You met up at what time? 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 11 o'clock when you leave.
All right. Then, yeah, I guess Friday being the end of the week, got one more shift. I guess I would be heading home. Actually, no, head back to the fireside. Come think about it.
I'd make to catch up with him after he comes out. Give a whistle. Hey there, Walter.
Oh. Lenny? What are you doing in the shadows there? Why are you wearing sunglasses at night?
Watching your back, Heather asked me to check on you, said you was meeting with those Russians. What'd they have to say, anyway?
Well, a lot, actually. Maybe we should include Heather. You want to head down to the fireside?
Yeah, all right. It's already late, but I'll give you one more drink. I'll meet you there.
That settles it then. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, you head on back to the Pinto and head on down to the fireside.
Yep.
All right, as you pull up to the fireside, you see that there's not too many cars parked out front. Easy enough to find a parking space.
Awesome.
You open the front door and, that smell of, stale cigarettes and shit hits you right in the face. something that you still can't quite get used to, Walter, but after a couple, minutes of being in there, it'll subside, you tell yourself. Go in, and Heather is behind the bar there. And not too long after you walk in, you come in, so does Lenny.
Yeah.
All right. So you got all three is in one place for once.
I greet Heather and make sure not to take Lenny's usual seat.
Nice. He don't like that.
Honestly, I probably run right over. Like, I think the whole time since Lenny left, I was, like, constantly, like, not the best bartender and, like, staring at the door. Because I'm just, like, nervous about the whole scenario. So, like, every time the door opened, I was like, oh, is that them? Is that them?
Right.
Check the light on the answering machine, see if there's any messages you missed somehow.
People are waving for beers, and I'm like,
Still eyeing the door.
yeah.
Heather, you're zoning out. You haven't even noticed that someone's played Your Cheating Heart 3 times in a row on the jukebox.
Oh no.
One of them kind of nights.
Does somebody point it out to me?
Someone eventually points it out to you. One of the customers goes, "Hey, can you do something about this?"
Think we could listen to anything else, buddy?
I'll play that new Vile Token.
I just scream, like, stop screwing around! Whoever's screwing around with the jukebox, quit it!
And Walter, you walk in as soon as you hear her yelling about screwing around with the jukebox.
Oh my! Kind of raises his eyebrows as he closes the door behind him.
And not too long after that, Lenny comes in, of course. And now we got all three of you guys in the same spot.
Hey guys, how's the night going, Heather?
It's fine. Like, how's your night? I don't care about these idiots playing Cheating Heart, whatever. So, how did it go? Did you meet them?
I did. He takes a deep breath and exhales kind of slowly. He says, boy, oh boy, we might have something to talk about.
All right, spit it out.
Well, why don't you get us all a drink first? I put
Right.
You're just a bartender.
Right. Sorry, guys. All right, grab some beers.
All right, so we got all three of you at the bar. And Walter, what are you going to tell these two about your meeting with the 2 Russian fellas?
Say, we got some vodka and kind of talked a bit, and he told me about their village that they're from, kind of nearby the place that was mentioned in the scroll. These guys, they seem to know a lot about Jukanovic and the statue, and even more so about some of the things that have been going on lately. They spoke about the creature, and they had a name for it. Ithaca, I think he said. And apparently, whatever this thing is that attacked the gallery, if I understood what they were saying right, it may not be the only one. I think when whoever stole the statue originally attacked Millie, that someone's blood got on the statue and maybe set a sequence of events in motion. If I understood what they said, I know this is kind of hard to take in, and he actually pounds the shot and or a beer rather. If there was a shot, he would have pounded that first and then chases it a lot with the beer.
You sure they weren't just, being a little symbolic in their speech? You know, they might not know English too well. I don't think, he might mean, it belongs to his family or something, blood. You mean to tell me there's some kind of magic happening? There's a vampire statue?
I knew it was a creature. It's not a bear or a costume. I told you, Lenny. I told you.
It's a man in a costume.
I saw it.
It's
No,
probably
the
one of them
Russians
Russian
know.
guys, or both of them. Now they're saying there's more than one. They're just looking for an excuse to cut people's hearts out. get the statue for themselves, probably.
Yeah, that part. That business about the hearts. That kind of worries me. I didn't want to mention Millie to these guys because they seem to be well, the what's the word? The feel I got from these guys was sort of above the law, kind of. I don't think they're the kind of people that are going to wait for the old boys in blue to take care of this one.
Wait, why would they want to cut Millie's heart out or hurt Millie? She's the one that was attacked.
Well, I mean, if I understand what they were saying, I mean, yeah, I guess, if Millie fought back, I mean, maybe she could have injured somebody that attacked her, but I mean, the way they found her and all the bruises and the blood in her house, I just assumed it was her blood that probably got on the statue originally and started this whole thing.
Wait, oh my god. The psychic told me that Millie is cursed, and you're telling me that this statue had blood on it for Millie, and she's cursed, and maybe it's from the statue. I knew it. You never listen to me, Lenny. I told you.
Millie, listen, your Aunt Millie's got claim on the statue. At least she's attempting for some legal claim here, or, I mean, she's an obvious target. Of course they want to get Millie.
You didn't. I watched her shotgun like 5 cheeseburgers in the car in a 10-minute ride. Like, you don't understand. She's like possessed.
Walter looks a bit worried.
Look, I got to admit, I'm a little surprised that she's kicking, honestly. But I don't know. I mean, maybe she wasn't that hurt after all. And maybe she was just hungry. She was in the hospital for a while. She didn't like the food.
No.
She's probably depressed. Just filling the void with burgers.
That's so deep of you, Lenny.
I've been there.
I lost a few friends along the way.
Sheesh.
Wait, what's that business about? Cursed? What did you say?
I went with Millie to a psychic, and
Oh, here it comes.
I mean, so this don't. So the psychic read her boons. She put these boons in a little Yahtzee cup, and
Yeah, I bet.
and she shook them up. And she told me before I even went with Millie that there was something wrong with her. And then she whispered to me that Millie was cursed and that we're in grave danger. And then she had a friggin' heart attack. I had to give her CPR and I broke her rib. She's probably dead. She's probably dead.
She was probably just acting, and you probably really did break a rib, but I'm sure.
Oh, everything's an act except for when I hurt her.
These psychics they'll do anything to make somebody believe what they say. Keep coming back, spending more money.
She already had my $60. Like, she already had it.
Jesus,
I don't know.
$60. Is that worth a
Does
broken
seem
rib?
like a
I
lot of
wonder.
money, but I mean, some of that is kind of on par with what Eugene had said. I mean, I
Walter,
don't know.
didn't you say that in the scroll it was something about, like, feeding a beast? Like, I don't know. It all sounds...
I finish my shot, slam it down, and say, yeah, look, if you guys are in actual danger or something, I'll help you out, I guess, but I can't listen to this. I got work early.
Something before you leave. Something on the news catches your eye.
Oh, what's that on the news there?
It says "woman missing in Northeast" is the tagline across the bottom of it. I guess you call it a headline. I don't know, but it's at the bottom of the screen. So
Yeah, like the ticker or whatever.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So across the
Breaking
screen it
news.
says "missing woman from the Northeast." And Heather, you turn it up a little bit, and it says that There's a woman that went missing when she went for a jog in Pennypack Park. They say that this was her usual routine jogging, was through Pennypack. This was 2 days ago. So missing persons report is out for this woman from Pennypack.
Hey, this whole city's going to hell.
Wait, that could be. There could be something there too. I'd asked Eugene about the same thing, about the other attacks. That one eyewitness said something similar to what the scroll mentioned. A bear or something covered in ice, and he said that he certainly thinks these are related. I mean,
It's cold out.
I'm no investigator, but I mean, those Russian guys were pretty interested in that list that you showed me. I mean, if we could make any kind of correlation between the names on that list and the areas that people are being attacked in, I mean, that could be a little more tangible than just superstition and spells and stuff.
What do they want the list for?
If nothing else, yeah, well, you didn't tell him you had it, right? I mean,
No, I told him it was still at the gallery.
well, then I'd be worried they're coming after that lady with the shoulders. But,
Well, that's why I'm worried for Millie. I mean, what if these guys set their sight on her?
well, fortunately, she's not on that there, but I mean, she's an obvious target. I mean, if what you say is true, and they're hunting down people involved, all you have to do is find out who got hurt, and that's probably who they're gonna attack next.
Didn't you get hurt?
No, it was fine. I mean,
No. I thought glass,
And none of you guys got injured during the...
oh.
I punched the guy.
In the butt.
Gave him the Tommy Slick. I say, I don't know. I mean, it's getting late. It's a weekday still, so I gotta get out of here. Right? I don't know. I mean, maybe tomorrow I'll listen to more of what you got to say. If you got a plan, or I don't know. But don't get yourselves in trouble tonight.
Yeah, I'll do a little homework. Thanks again, Lenny.
Yeah.
Talk to
see
you tomorrow.
later. On my way out, I stop at the jukebox and I play Your Bleeding Heart, and I leave.
Your cheating heart. Bleeding
Oh,
heart.
that one. Oh,
Bleeding heart
Whatever
is
it
from
Your
the
cheating
token.
heart.
yeah. That's a vile token.
File token.
We are vile token.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's such an awesome band name.
Well, gosh, I mean, Walter is really in no hurry to leave. You could probably recognize a pretty worried look in his face. He may not be talking as much now that Lenny's not here, directly conversing about it, but he would definitely order another beer and kind of ponder recent events as he sips.
Yeah. Heather, give me an education roll.
Yes. I haven't even taken my dice out this last game. Love the dice. $26.
All right, your education's got to be higher than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hard pass.
Okay, a hard
I have
pass.
62.
Excellent. Yeah. So this woman that went missing from Pennypack Park, you know that's not far from Millie's house. She lives on Roland Avenue, like right behind Pennypack Park, Just that thought occurs to you.
Okay. I want to say I still talk to Walter about it more, even if he seems like... I think we're on the same page where we're like, something's fucking spooky.
Mm-hmm.
I would think we could talk more when Lenny's not here. Like, just because he's like...
I think he'd be a bit more receptive to it
skeptical.
at this point, yeah.
yeah.
mean, Walter hasn't really seen anything crazy, but, I mean, he's seen the indirect effects of things.
Yeah.
And he's pretty worried. He says, hey, Heather, that other incident, do you remember where that one was? Wasn't there another broadcast? I mean, I know there was a broadcast
one in
on
the
recently.
city?
Was Center City, was it?
I thought so. I thought it was like Independence Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they said the same thing about like an ice bear, but it's not. It's not. What are the chances it just keeps snowing in a small place and then people are getting hurt?
He pulls out. You see him pull out a little leather-bound planner-looking book, and it's got a built-in pencil. And you see him write down Center City and Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other incident? Oh, where was that? In Bryn Mawr? And yeah, he writes down that as well. Or was it? No, not Bryn Mawr. Bala Cynwyd, rather. I'm sorry. So he writes down those three things and puts down the date as well for the Northeast attack.
Okay.
Do you think I should be worried about Millie? I mean, I am worried about her, but just like more her demeanor and how she's been acting, and you know, she's cursed, but now I see this news story that's like down the street from her. Like, I don't know. Like, do you think this creature got to her too? To this jogger?
I mean, it just seems
I don't know.
so strange. I mean, all these animal attacks lately. I mean, I don't know. I've never really, seen anything quite like an animal attacking the gallery. I mean, there was just what could have done that aside from a bear? I don't know. I mean, just
Philly doesn't even have anything like that. It's like pigeons and squirrels. End of list.
I mean, something escaped from the zoo or something. I mean, but still, that's so far away from Bala Cynwyd. I don't know.
I don't know, but I know I'm gonna see Millie in the morning because I don't know. I don't know. These Russian guys are gonna come and get her, or she's gonna get them. I don't know. I'll bring her some breakfast. She's always starving anyway.
Well, they mentioned something about some sort of blessing or some kind of protection, but that it could only be done in their village.
In Russia?
Yeah. You know what? I don't even know what I'm suggesting. It seems like a stretch, but I guess I've known Millie for years. I just wouldn't want anything to happen to her, and those guys, if nothing else, seem pretty serious, and I believe they believe what they said.
Maybe I'll ask her if she got any blood on that statue.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, that could kind of confirm some things, but gosh, that sounds like even worse news. What if she says yes?
Oh, you're right. I don't know. I'm not gonna flat out ask her, but I'll just go down there and see how she is. And
All right. So I'm going to guess that you guys probably close out the bar, or I mean,
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Heather obviously closes out the bar, but Walter, do you stay there with her the whole time?
He does, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to tell her, or?
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much just is just kind of going over the whole thing, and I guess he makes sure to relay everything to her over the course of the next couple hours. He doesn't try to get super plastered, depending on how he's feeling at the end. He may
Kind of just nursing your drinks.
Yeah.
All right.
Or actually, depending on how many you've had to drink by the end of your shift, you may be driving home.
I say I don't think. I think I drink every shift, but I don't think I was going ham because I was trying to focus and retain some memories of what we're talking about.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I got some fireworks going off over here. Again, side effect of doing the brilliant idea of recording on the 4th of July.
It's very Philadelphia. Philadelphia freedom. Oh, now we're gonna get sued. Sorry.
Oh, God damn it.
It's the shitting.
You know how Elton John listens to all these real play podcasts?
Yeah.
His secret is that he's like a dungeon master.
All right, so you guys close out the bar. Do you take Heather home, Walter?
Well, yeah, depending on, was I able to kind of nurse him slow enough to not be
Yeah,
super
sure.
wasted?
If you don't chug him back, you're fine.
All right, cool. Well, then, yeah, I'll give her a ride home first, and head on back. He does say though, as they're driving back, he's like, I got distracted earlier, but I did give them one of my business cards. So, if anything, that'll take the heat off of you guys if they're, dealing through me directly. But I am a little worried about, that list of names. I mean, is it better to, to help them out and hopefully stop other people from being attacked? Or, gosh.
I don't want them knowing my name. I mean, I wouldn't give it to them. Let's make a fake list.
Well, but I mean, you understand what the ramifications of that could be, right? I mean, if these attacks across the city are related to the people who were at the gallery that day, I mean, it could just lead to more people being attacked. And
yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know.
I guess I got some things to sleep on tonight.
Yeah, I gotta think about it. I'll ask Lenny when he cools down. So hype anytime talk about spells or magic or witches. Horoscopes.
No fucking way.
Horoscope.
There's no way.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of Thursday. Oh, actually, before the end of Thursday, Walter, when you get home, there is a message on your answering machine.
Well, I'm gonna have to listen to it immediately.
Okay, so you listen to that message, and the message says, "Hey Walter, it's Millie. Just calling to confirm with you that you're gonna come to my place on Saturday night. It's no pressure or anything. Don't think anything like that. But if you can make it, that'd be great. And if you can't, you can, I guess. But I'm sorry. I think I'm rambling right now. I'm just gonna go. Okay, bye."
He probably chuckles softly a little bit at that. But a little levity is probably a good thing at this point. You know what? Takes out his little planner and scribbles down, pick up a pork tenderloin for Saturday.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't get that sandwich for her while she was in the hospital, so try to make good on my offer.
Yeah, giving Millie the pork.
Yikes.
The tenderloin.
The old tenderloin, eh?
The fan fiction again.
No. All right, so that's going to take us out of Thursday night. Unless you guys wanted anything else to do.
Yeah, on a separate piece of paper real quick. I just grab some, like an old notebook or something and tear out a page. And I write down the other 15 names on the list.
Okay.
Aside from Heather, Lenny, myself, Eugene, and Ivan.
I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you write down all those names.
And
just
the corresponding phone numbers, too.
And the corresponding phone numbers, and exclude just the Russian guys and your team, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's 15 names that you write down with corresponding phone numbers. What do you do with this paper? Just keep it on you?
It's the last thing I do before bed.
All right. Okay. You hit the sack, and that'll move us into Friday morning. All right. Friday. Who wakes up earliest? Of course, it's
Not Walter.
Yeah.
Lenny.
Gotta get yourself a job that starts later in the day, Lenny.
I mean, people need their deliveries.
So, Lenny, you wake up, and you turn on the news while you're getting prepared. Guess maybe you have KYW on? And there's breaking news. It looks like wealthy socialite Gordon Riles has been found dead in his palatial mansion out in the main line. Details of his death are both disturbing and gruesome, and we urge anyone who is of weak constitution or children to turn the volume down on your radio now. Details surrounding the death of Gordon Riles: he was found with a hole in his chest cavity and his heart in a fireplace by his dead body.
I immediately assumed the Russian dudes, did it from what I understand. Looks like they're already at it.
All right. And Lenny, you start your day off by going to your job, I'm guessing, like you normally do? Or are you doing anything else first?
There is a quick stop I want to make. I want to, maybe find a piece of mail or something, rip back of the envelope off or something, scribble a note to Walter real fast. I'll put it in his mailbox before I head off to work.
Okay.
But it just says, heard on KYW, Gordon Riles is dead. That's all.
Okay, so you make that note, put that in, maybe like in his door or something like that?
If he's got a mailbox or a mail slot, or just try to slide it under the door.
I'm going to say he's got one of them slots on the door with the little springing hand.
Yeah, that's totally
springing
Walter's style.
latch. Yeah.
Drop that shit in there.
From some old brass.
All right, so you just kind of pop that in there. You go to your job, start that off. No sign of Skinny Joey anywhere or anything like that. However, at your job, after you leave for your first round of deliveries for the day, you come back around noonish, something like that, right around lunchtime, to kind of load back up again. And when you do, you get one of the guys, Billy, comes over to you and taps you on the shoulder. He goes, "Hey, Chucky's here. He's up in Skinny Joe's office. He wants to talk to you."
Oh, all right there. I'll head right on up.
Head on up, and as you open the door, you see
Oh, I
that.
knock.
Oh, you knock first.
I think I better knock.
Okay, so you knock first, and you hear from inside, "Come in."
And I do so.
Okay. You come in and you see behind the desk, instead of Skinny Joey, it is Chucky. Chucky is sitting there, and as you close the door behind you, you see behind the door there is a chair, and there's a gentleman sitting there with a kind of out-of-date suit, but he has these yellow sunglasses on.
Brown pinstripe suit.
Yeah, it looks kind of out of date. Brown pinstripe, like, much more 70s kind of style than 80s. But he's sitting down, and Chucky says, come in, Leonard.
Kind of startled by the guy. I close the door behind me.
Close the door behind you, please. Leonard, thank you for coming on such short notice. I realize this is probably your lunch break, and you shall get your lunch pretty soon. Don't worry about that, okay?
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about that, boss. How you doing? What's going on?
Well, I'm doing okay there, Lenny. Now, let me just tell you why I brought you up here. This here is Detective Thompson, and Detective Thompson was handling a recent case that involved the statue that you helped to procure, or re-procure rather, for the Ventucci Art Gallery.
Yeah, I was there. I chased the guy who tried to make off with it. I returned it, like any citizen would do in my situation, sir.
Thompson looks up to you and kind of chuckles a little bit. Chucky turns to you, Lenny, and he says, "You don't have to worry every little thing that you say in front of Detective Thompson here. He's on the level, you understand?"
Yeah, I think I kind of get it.
Thompson stands up and he goes, "I think I'll take it from here. So the thing is that there's been a lot of questions being asked about the statue and the circumstances surrounding it. Particularly the victim herself, who somehow has turned up alive. I'm still not sure how.
You got me on that one.
He says, I'm still not sure how she has turned up alive, but she is, and who knows what kind of information that she can tell people that could possibly lead back to us. Her niece is asking a lot of questions, and some guy, I think it's her fucking boyfriend or something, is also poking and prodding around a lot.
I mean, I don't think, some snot-nosed kid and their boyfriend are gonna turn up anything. I mean, there's really not much way to trace it back to us.
He says, well, I'm getting, calls from Bala Kimwood police and all this bullshit. It's just, I'm just pretty much through with this. And if they get any nosier or anything, some action may have to be taken. And then Chucky turns to you and says, now, the good detective here knows his stuff. He is a detective after all. And he happens to know, Lenny, you happen to frequent a certain establishment in South Philly, do you not?
Yeah, I do. I know this girl.
Ah. Are you friendly with this girl?
I mean, she gets me drunk. So, yeah, she's my best friend most days,
Yes, I understand, Leonard. Good answer. He laughs at that a little bit.
Not that, I said anything to her. Of course, I would never.
Well, if you could maybe tell this individual to back off and to not poke, prod, or ask any more questions about this particular statue, leave well enough alone, and thank goodness that her aunt is still alive.
I'll be sure to let her know. You won't have to worry about her. I don't know who she's dating or whatever. And I don't really ever want to get close to that Aunt Millie. Honestly, a little freaked out by it lately.
You've been freaked out by this person, this individual. Why is that?
Well, I mean, it is a bit of a miracle that she showed back up after all this, and apparently she's acting real strange, and I don't really want to be anywhere near the whole her disappearing in the first place. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get wrapped up in it.
I understand that, Lenny.
I would watch out for the Russian guys that were at the event. They seem to want the statue more than the old bird.
Oh, no kidding. Well, we'll keep our eye out for them Ruskies.
Yeah.
But, Lenny, that's going to really be all. You can go about your business. Me and Detective Thompson here have a couple things to discuss first.
All right, I make to shake Thompson's hand on the way out.
He shakes your hand.
Say, I'll see what I can do about the old bird and the girl and all.
He's like, yeah, just see what you can do.
And close the door behind me.
Close the door behind you and leave.
Man, I thought I was getting killed when there was someone behind the door.
Yeah. But you just have to kill me, so no.
Not yet, but
Whatever.
I've been trying not to.
But who cares? I'm just some girl that gives you
You
beers.
keep poking around. For real, you probably don't even consider me a friend, I'm just some dude that comes in. You know how it is.
Drive me everywhere.
You're not really, you're not friends with someone you meet in the bar until you hang out with them outside the bar.
That's true.
At least twice. All right, so maybe we're friends.
So,
Getting rides everywhere. All right, so
I'm sorry for anyone from the bar that might be listening. It's George's rule, not mine.
no, you're my friends. You're my best
Same
friends.
here. You're definitely my friends. Give me your money.
So that's what happens to Lenny. That'll take us out to past noon if you do your lunch break. What is Walter doing for the afternoon?
He's up to no good.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, he got to wake up first. We didn't do his morning yet, right?
Not really, no. There's a note in your door.
Yep.
Oh, snap. I would probably, I mean, if I would notice that coming down the steps, I would probably grip that up and read it. If not, he'd probably make some coffee and, maybe some eggs or something.
It just says heard on KYW, Gordon Riles is dead.
So you read that little note.
Lenny neglected to sign it. So that might be a little weird.
Yeah, you don't recognize his handwriting or anything. It's
Best.
just
Nope.
a note that says that.
Well, shit. He takes out that paper that he stowed away in his little planner and crosses out Gordon Riles' name on the 15.
Okay.
Puts the paper back, sleeves the pencil, and zips it back up.
All right. And what do you do for the rest of your morning there?
I think I'm going to make a phone call.
Who you calling?
Eugene.
Calling Eugene again. Okay. You call the number, and woman picks up. Yes, hello.
Say, good morning. This is Walter. May I speak with Eugene, please?
She goes, yes. He said he was expecting a call from you.
Very good.
And you hear her call his name in the background. He comes to the phone and says, yes, Walter. Thank you for contacting me so soon.
Yes, I see things are very serious. Got word that the list of names has just gotten shorter.
Eugene says to you, yes, the list has gotten shorter. We know that for a fact.
Says, well, I've thought about what you said, and it seems to be too serious to leave to fate, or to the wind, so to say. Says, if you have a moment, there are some names I could give you.
Says, yes. Hold on, let me grab pencil.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back and says, yes, these names. Go ahead.
And I'll break them off with 14 names.
Do you give him the phone numbers too?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. And he says to you, yes, thank you very much. This will be of great help to our quest.
Says, yes, I'm very worried about some of the things that you said. Hopefully this will prevent more attacks from happening around the area.
He says, yes, well, we can only hope. He hangs up with you at that point. He says he's got everything he needs, really.
You must be busy.
So you hang up too. That's pretty early in the morning. What do you do from there?
He'd probably sip his coffee and ponder that whole phone call and probably think, hope he's done the right thing there.
Okay. All right. What time do you go to work?
I think it's a noon shift for me, so I don't know, he'd probably head on out of there maybe like 10:30ish or something.
Okay, so you leave your house around 10:30, head into work. Let's leave it there. Well, actually, no, because Heather, you don't usually get up till at least 12, right? Or are you getting up early today?
I was thinking about getting up at I didn't hit it too hard last night, so I was maybe
Okay.
gonna call Millie 10, 11, just to see I'm just freaked out, but I'm trying to find any kind of proof to be she's fine or she's cursed.
Heather, actually, before you wake up, you have visions in your dreams of Miss Selena. It looks like she is trapped inside of a crystal ball. She's small, though. And you pick up the crystal ball and try to shake it to get her out of it. And she's pounding on the side of it. You can't. And it looks like she's screaming, but you can't quite hear her. So you take the ball and you smash it on the ground. Smash it on the ground, and you see that she's now all just covered in cuts and bloodied up and everything. You have this feeling of guilt and remorse. You go to pick her up. As you go to pick her up, a hand reaches into your hand and grabs the body of Miss Selena, picks it up, and you see your Aunt Millie eat Miss Selena.
I bet.
And then you wake up.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Creepy.
I want to see that in claymation.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That sounds like claymation.
It's good. Very like Peter Gabriel video.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Shock the monkey.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Dancing chickens.
Hey, can you hand me that fortune teller over there? Just want to nibble.
Oh my god.
All right, but you wake up at 10 and startled from that dream.
Yeah.
And you call Millie?
Yeah. Definitely right away after that.
Okay. Call Millie at her...
I guess at work, right?
She works 10 to 5, so she would be at work. So you call, and they transfer you a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, yeah, this is Millie.
Hey, Aunt Millie. It's Heather.
Oh, hey, Heather. How's it going?
Okay, just had a crazy dream you were in it, so I just wanted to see how you were feeling.
Feeling okay. Little nervous about the date that I have coming up with Walter. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but maybe he just wake up early. I mean, I don't know. I'm just nervous about it. For our last date or before our last date, I'm surprised he wasn't just turned off by me altogether.
Oh, stop. It's not your fault.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just glad that he's still interested. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. What are you guys doing?
Oh, he's gonna come over here, and I'm gonna cook for him.
Oh, that's nice. You're a good cook.
Yeah, well, thanks. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I know my way around a stove and an oven.
I do have a question for you. Do you have any, did you get hurt in your house before they found you? Do you remember any of that?
She says the last thing that I remember is just the sound of my door getting kicked in, and then two guys, I didn't recognize them, and then waking up next to the highway by the woods.
Do you still have, bruises from that? That sounds really tough. Are you, all cut up and stuff?
She says, no. Bruises have healed up pretty good. A couple of greenish spots left, but, the dark purples are gone.
Oh, okay. That's great. Just wanted to I didn't want you to be all scarred up. That's all. I don't want you to have any cuts. So.
She says, no, I think I'm okay. I guess I was beat up pretty bad, but I'm turning around pretty good.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I just there's a lot of blood in your house, so I was just wondering.
But is that about it?
Yeah.
That you have with her? Okay, so you guys hang up. What do you do till noon?
Probably just watch some TV, maybe catch up on the news myself. I don't know.
On the news, you hear the word that Gordon Riles is dead. Gruesome scene, all that. And you're like, wasn't that guy at the auction who was real cocky?
Yeah. I'm gonna say I call Walter.
Okay.
To see if he heard. But I guess I call him at the bookstore.
All right, so Walter, there's a phone that rings at the bookstore. You're the one who usually answers it.
Yeah. Joe Clocks, how can I help you?
Oh, hey, is this Walter?
Yeah. Heather?
Yeah, did you hear the news today?
More specifically, no, I didn't really listen to the broadcast or anything.
That rich dude died. Gordon Riles, the one that was at the gallery?
Oh, that. Yeah, there was a note in my door this morning. Thinks about it, I guess. I don't really think of who else would have mentioned anything, or who would have thought to tell me that aside from maybe Lenny, but I hadn't seen him or anything.
It sounded just like what you said your Russian dudes were gonna do.
Yeah, it did. I actually talked to them this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I thought about it some more last night, and I don't really want other people to be attacked by weird ice monsters or creatures or whatever the hell is going on. I figured if this is a way to maybe shore it up before things get worse, kind of cross my fingers on that one. I hope it was the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Either the people that got injured die, or countless amounts of other people by a snow monster. I don't know.
It's getting pretty weird, to say the least, but seemed like the thing to do.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure you were okay and that you heard the news. But I forgot you have the inside scoop.
Well, I've done a little bit of homework for sure, as I joked about yesterday. But yeah, thanks. So far, I guess things are going good. It's just a regular Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. Oh, crap. I have to call Millie. Something just reminded me about that. She wants to do dinner on Saturday. So, a little something to look forward to.
Oh my god, yeah. Please call her. She thinks that you don't want to do it. She's such a... She's such a basket case. She thinks you're trying to ditch her again.
Oh, heavens, no. I guess with all that's been going on lately, I just got distracted. But yeah, I guess I should give her a call next. Or maybe I'll even stop over to the library today on my break. Surprise her.
Oh, she'd love that. Okay, well, it was good talking to you. Just glad you have a heart.
Likewise.
So you guys hang up together. Walter, after your lunch, I don't know what you pack with yourself or if you order out.
Probably not much today. Might have brought like a PB&J, but nothing
Gotcha.
substantial.
All right. So while you're eating your lunch, the bell goes off at the front of the store. Guy walks in, and you recognize this guy from the bookstore who came in a little while back. Maybe it was Wednesday, but comes in.
Sounds familiar.
And he's got a dolly, or what do you call this? A loading cart.
I mean either one.
Dolly,
or
a
hand
loading
truck,
cart,
maybe.
but it's a hand truck.
A hand truck.
There we go. More like a dolly or a hand truck, but it's got boxes stacked on top of each other. And he starts wheeling it in. Parks it in front of him, and he goes, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me."
Yeah, sure. I remember we spoke the other day. The old encyclopedias you mentioned, and some other things.
He said, "Yeah. Well, really, just the encyclopedias. If you want to take a look at these, they're pretty old, I guess."
Well, yeah. Let's set them up on the counter here. He clears a little space first, and one by one sets the boxes up there, and gives a little space in between so you can take the lids off and place them in between the boxes so they don't go flying off the desk or anything. Or take
Okay.
them.
All right, so you go through, pop open the first book that you can pull out. It's all leather bound, very dense book, and you recognize it almost right away. But well, let's see if you do recognize it right away. Let's give me an appraisal roll.
All right. Ooh, 78. No good.
No good. Okay, so looks like a dictionary. You're kind of going through it. It's all in Latin, which is a little weird. Which stands out definitely, I should say.
Yeah, that might be more of a personal interest for him. I like it already.
A lot of the pages are dog-eared. Some of the corners are tattered of it. It's not in the best condition. But as you're going through this, you realize that this is none other than the Speculum Magus, one of the earlier modern encyclopedias. This volume dates back to 1624.
Let's say, does it look like everything's kind of legible and the pages are still turnable? I mean, can I still flip through the pages decently enough and all that?
You can still flip through the pages, being just a little extra careful with it. But the pages definitely do turn. They don't crumble. but they
Yeah,
feel
okay.
like they might be a little on the brittle side.
Gotcha. This is well. Definitely looks like you have some interesting books here. What about the encyclopedias? Are they also in Latin or just old?
That's what the encyclopedia is the Speculum Magus.
Gotcha. I thought it was more like a whole set or something in the other boxes or something. I gotcha.
Everything, all of these boxes is the Speculum Magus, the one of the older types of encyclopedias. Like I said, this one's from 1624.
Gotcha. Jeez. Okay, I misunderstood there. Well, gosh, that kind of changed things a little bit. He says, "Well, what are your thoughts? What would you like to do here? I mean, are you just looking to turn these old books into some quick cash, or is this something you want me to research and see if I can find you like an auction house that would take longer, but maybe have more payout in the end?"
He says to you, honestly, what I'm looking for is just to make some quick cash on this. This was my brother's, and since he passed, we're just going through his apartment and getting rid of his stuff. Give me a spot hidden roll.
22 is a hard pass.
The hard pass. Okay. While you're flipping through these pages, you notice that certain words, letters, doesn't look like whole lots of phrases, but just some things have been highlighted with like a modern highlighting marker.
Gosh, these certainly are interesting. I mean, I could take a stab in the dark here, and I could offer you, say, $75. Maybe pour through them and see if there's something to be found here. I'm not exactly sure what they're worth without a little bit of time, but they seem old enough and interesting enough to be willing to take a gamble.
The guy says to you, I thought they were, be worth a little bit more than that, but can you go 100 on them?
Yeah, work's been good lately. I'm interested enough in these to pour through them with a fine-tooth comb later.
Okay. He says, that's great.
What to say? I don't know that Walter would keep $100, just in his pocket necessarily normally. If I were to purchase these, would Headley and Theodore be okay with me doing like a quick loan to give them the cash now and then bring it back later?
Absolutely.
Kind of thing?
Absolutely.
Right.
They would be totally cool with that.
Well, then I think that's probably the best play here. I'll give this man some doll hairs and have him on his way, because this is probably pretty interesting to Walter.
All right. So you give the guy $100, and he seems happy with it. He says, good luck with whatever you do with it. And he leaves the store.
Yeah, thanks. Well, Walter feels like kind of a jerk. When they first met, he thought a little bit... he thought like the opposite of the guy, like maybe he was up to something no good, but seemed decent enough. And before he goes... or is there any kind of hand truck here? Yeah, I guess we got to have like little book carts or whatever to push around the place,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I probably think to load one of those up and push some stuff back to the study.
Okay. And what do you do from there?
Depending on the time, I think...
Let's say it's early afternoon, around 2.
well, then I think at some point I could take a break. I might head over and surprise Millie.
Okay. Tell Headley and Theodore that you're just hopping over to the library real quick. Drive over to the library.
I was actually thinking a cab. I'm sorry.
Oh, just taking a cab? Even better.
Yeah.
So you hop a cab over to the library, come in, and, there's people at the front desk that they're just kind of looking down, just waiting for people to return books. You can walk right past them. But you don't know where Millie is.
Is there information desk or anything aside from where people are turning in books?
Well, right at the front desk there, they can give you the information probably.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want to jump in front of people, but... I think I'll probably just check with somebody else who works here who's not already helping people. See if I can snag somebody else.
So as you go through the library a little bit, just kind of wandering around, eventually you do see someone putting away books, and what do you know? It's Millie, actually.
Well, there you go. That was convenient. I head on over there. Kind of clear my throat on the way there to kind of get her attention without, creeping up on her and startling her or anything.
And she turns and sees you and goes, "Oh!" And, like covers her mouth because she's being too loud. And she goes, "Hi, Walter," like whispering. "Hi, Walter."
Says, "Hey, Millie, how are you? Sorry, I hope I didn't startle you there. You look busy."
She says, "Yeah, well, just doing my normal routine stuff. Thank Dewey Decimal, or thank Dewey for keeping me in work here."
Ah, yeah, of course. Well, good to see you back at work again. Looks like you're right back in the swing like nothing ever happened. I just wanted to check in with you. I know I hadn't gotten back to you, but Saturday sounds good if we're still on for dinner.
Says, "Yeah, if you can just come to my house."
He says, "Well, that's great. Yeah, I'll certainly come over. I only work during the weekdays, so I'll have the weekend off. Stop by. What do you think? Early? Have some tea?
Says,
cook some
"Well,
stuff?"
how about like 7 o'clock?"
Oh, okay. An old-fashioned dinner, proper dinner. He says.
Yeah.
When I grew up, Mom and Dad had always set supper around 9 p.m.
Wow, that's late.
Yeah, we did have a late dinner. But anyway, not to trail off there or get distracted. He says, "But I'd hope to pick up a book too. Anything that might aid in the translation of Latin. It's been a while, and just in case I can't pick up everything from memory, maybe a little backup would do me good."
She goes, "Oh yeah, you can definitely hit up the reference section, but you can't really take those books out."
Oh. Well, in that case, I picked up some older books today that look kind of interesting. Maybe I'll bring a few by as I pour through them. And if you have any interest, you might like them too. They're pretty old.
Says, "Oh, that sounds really cool. How old are they?"
The inside mentioned production back as far as 1624.
And she goes, "Oh," and she gets this really like envious look on her face. She goes, "Wow, I'm just such a sucker for like old text like that." And she gets a little hot under the collar for it. It seems almost.
Oh no!
That's funny.
Trying to get them old books.
Oh, them two reading encyclopedias to each other.
It's like, well, they're leather bound. This is,
You know, make the bitch hungry.
oh man. Well, I hadn't thought about it until you just mentioned it, but maybe I could bring a few of them over. It seems like a pretty extensive collection. Maybe that'll something to talk about on Saturday.
Yeah, why don't you bring them over on Saturday, and we can go over them together. That would be really neat. I'm going to be cooking some, old country food for you, and we'll hook up then. But Walter, I got to get back to work. But it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm thoroughly excited. I think this will be a thrilling Saturday.
She is grinning ear to ear, just super happy to see you. But looking forward to dinner this Saturday. But we're going to end the episode there with your prospective date with Millie there, Walter.
Nice.
Hopefully this time it actually happens. But everyone just remember, until next time, sanity is overrated.
See you
Later.
Fireworks.
That was a good one, that last one.
All right, so what do you,
I can't
Hold on.
believe some people. I think you should leave it all in and just let people listen to us
Absolutely
get
not.
so fucking mad that there's fireworks on the 4th of July. Like,
everything.
It's everyone else's fault that we're
Yeah.
recording 5 episodes on the 4th of July.
Oh, for our non-American listeners, that's Independence Day.
Kind of.
Hey, this is George. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. We are also a podcast that you can check out wherever you listen. We are on TikTok and Instagram at That Cthulhu John, and you can email us with any questions or comments at thatcthulhujohn@gmail.com.